Hi and welcome to Sous Vide vlog. My name is Jared. Charlotte isn't here today, she's on holiday in New Zealand. That's alright. Today I'm going to be making sous vide creme caramel or flan. If you've got any tips or any questions, hit us up in the comments below, like, subscribe and follow along. Heat the water bath to 179 degrees Fahrenheit or 82 degrees Celsius. This is a super simple recipe, requiring only eggs, vanilla, evaporated and sweetened condensed milk for the creme, and for the caramel, sugar. Just sugar. Over a medium-high heat, cook the sugar until fully melted, forming a sweet, lightly bitter amber toffee, which we'll use in two different ways. I'm stirring the sugar with my Dioro Living seamless silicone spatula, thanks to America's Test Kitchen for the great recommendation. No, they are not a sponsor. Once the sugar is fully melted, pour it evenly into 8 small mason jars. You'll notice I'm only using 4. Unfortunately, I broke 4 mason jars practicing this recipe. The lesson? Place the jars onto an insulated surface to prevent the cold of your countertop causing the glass to break. Let the jars cool for around 5 minutes. With the remaining sugar, I decided to make toffee shards. I'd never done this before, but it seemed easy enough. My first attempt with the Silpat worked okay, but I could have left the toffee to cool a little bit more before starting. I did a second batch on baking paper, and the extra time seemed to make the task a little easier. The resulting shards turned out to be equally as good. In a mixing bowl, combine the evaporated milk, condensed milk with a dash of vanilla, and finally 3 eggs. After realizing your chosen bowl is too small for the task, grab a bigger one, transfer the mixture and stir to combine. Sieve the custard to remove lumps from the eggs. Transfer it into a jug for easy pouring and fill your mason jars, leaving a small air gap at the top. Top the jars with their lids, making sure not to over-tighten. You want to ensure the air can vent from the jars whilst in the water. Don't worry about water getting back into the jars. After cooking many desserts with this method, I've never had this occur. If you have jar lifters, use those. I don't, so I use my favourite hot pink silicone oven mitt paired with rubber gloves for extra insulation. Put all jars into the water and set a timer for 1 hour. Once the timer goes off, remove the jars one by one. I like to dry them off as I go to ensure they don't draw in any water. I think it's unlikely, but whatever. I recommend letting the desserts cool to room temperature and refrigerating fully before serving. But I'm impatient, so here you'll see me running a knife around the jar to loosen the custard from the edge. Have your bowl ready, hold the jar inverted at a 45-degree angle and watch how easily it slides from the jar. Coax any extra sugar from the jar and serve the creme caramels in whatever way takes your fancy. Now firstly, this is what happens when you serve your creme caramel hot. Everything melts and doesn't really stand up. You're absolutely better off letting these cool completely, let them chill at room temperature and then put them in the fridge until they're cold. When they're hot straight out of the sous vide bath, they're grainy, not as smooth as they could be. Refrigerated, it's beautiful, it's silky smooth. If you put some caramel in there, it stands up, it doesn't collapse. Ridiculous. So good. This goes great with berries, with caramel, but it really doesn't need a lot. That burnt caramel flavour comes through beautifully. A lot of caramel will set and not come out of the pots. Don't worry about that, you'll still get enough to go with the portion of creme caramel that you've got on the plate. They are by far the easiest sous vide dessert that I've discovered, and I've made them about 4 times. They're absolutely delicious. Thank you so much for watching. We look forward to presenting more videos more often in the near future with Charlotte back from holidays. Thanks again, and hopefully we'll see you again soon. Cheers.